Hello everyone. You would have often heard someone saying that, well, I didn't have much of a power while negotiating that deal. So, what are different powers at play in negotiation? Welcome back to your channel, The Art of Negotiation. In today's session, we are going to talk about what are powers at play during negotiation and what are different sources of powers and how do they impact the outcome of negotiation. So, in negotiation, power refers to the ability of a party to influence or control the outcome in their favor. Powers can be derived from various sources, and understanding these powers are crucial as they impact the outcome of negotiation. So, what are these different powers? The first, positional power, or it is also referred as legitimate power. This power comes by virtue of the authority that is granted to you in the organization. So, if you are a procurement head, you will be assigned an authority to negotiate and commit on behalf of the company. So, you have a positional power, right? So, as a buyer, if you are negotiating on behalf of a large company, you will have more positional power, more bargaining power. The positional power is also derived by virtue of authority to negotiate or delegation of financial authority granted to an individual or a function in the organization. So that's about positional or legitimate power. The next source of power is information power. Now this power comes by virtue of the preparation phase in negotiation or through the work that you do during your market intelligence. Let me give you an example. As a buyer, during your preparation or a market intelligence phase, you come across a vital and the crucial information about the seller in terms of, his capacity, if he has an excess capacity or he has lost out some tender elsewhere or he is desperate to meet his target. That information is a power to you and you can effectively use it to your advantage. So that's about information power. The next one is expert power. This is the power that comes from having a specialized knowledge or expertise in a particular area. For example, if you are negotiating a contract for a specific type of technology and you have expertise in that area, you will have an expert power. Now, as a buyer, you are not expected to be an expert in all categories or commodities that you are buying, but you can often acquire that expert power through talking through what we call it as SME, subject matter expert. Very often, you could also invite SME to be part of cross-functional group during negotiation. So, the way you develop or acquire expert power depends on how do you gather information, how do you access information or talk to subject matter expert and build that power. That's on the expert power. The next one is the reward power. Now this is the power that comes from being able to offer rewards or incentives. For example, if you are negotiating as a recruiter or as a HR manager, a salary or trying to attract a talent, and if you are able to offer higher salary or perks or joining bonuses, then obviously you will be able to attract and retain better talent. Similarly, as a buyer, if you are trying to negotiate for exceptionally higher volumes, rush orders or completion of a deadline of a project, and if you are able to offer certain incentives for that performance, then you will have better reward power and that will have better impact on the outcome of negotiation. So that's the reward power. The next one is coercive power. Now this is the power that comes from being able to use threats or punishments. For example, if you are negotiating with a supplier, You may have coercive power if you are able to threaten to take your business elsewhere or reduced vendor share if the seller does not meet your demands. Now remember, using coercive power can have negative consequences, especially if you're looking at long-term business relationship. But you do see some buyers using coercive power during negotiation as take it or leave it situation. Those buyers who often have a stronger batna are able to exercise this coercive power. But one has to use and exercise the coercive power very, very effectively. Referent power. This is a power that comes from having a personal relationship or connection with the other party. This is based on admiration, respect, or identification with a person. For example, if you are negotiating with a friend or a family member, you will have referent power because of your personal relationship. A referent power can be built through effective communication, rapport, and relationship building. Network power is the next one. Network power is an influence derived from person's connection and relationship within a network or a community. Having strong network and being connected can often provide access to resources, information, and opportunities that can be leveraged. Obviously, the network power is strongly linked to the information power that we talked about earlier. In fact, I would say the network power is a key enabler to build the information power. So we have seen different powers at play during negotiation. It is important to note that power dynamics can be fluid and can shift through the negotiation process. As a skilled negotiator, one has to understand, recognize, and navigate power dynamics effectively to achieve the objective. So in summary, by using these powers ethically and strategically, you can create a win-win situation that benefits all the parties involved.